original PS2 Yakuza games. The remasters are better.
I think we're okay. I think we got plenty. Hey, if you're just joining us, the show's RP Grinders. I'm on with Eric, and we're waiting for break to get on in. We're gonna have a great show for everybody today. Um, we are going to do the news, of course, and then we'll talk about what we've been playing. I think Eric's gonna have a review. I've got a couple of reviews. I'm gonna be reviewing a couple of crazy movies. Um, just crazy movies. Um, Stinkos of the week are gonna be interesting as always. Sweetos as
Did
well.
did you pay attention to the Activision Blizzard's latest fuck up?
I have not, man. I've been fairly busy this week, but what's going on with what? It doesn't surprise me, man. They always fuck up.
They put up a diversity rating chart where they rate ethnic groups.
You've got to be joking me.
No, they
Oh
really did
God.
it. Oh, and to add to the more fuckery, Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony, was asked about uh, his decision or his answer, his response to what's going on with the termination versus Roe versus Wade, and all they got out of him was him talking about cats and dogs, and made some commentary that made it sound like he really isn't for women because he said one of his tweets was about how dogs know their place.
Oh God. Oh boy. Well, that doesn't surprise me. We're gonna have a good show. Stinkos and Sweetos always are gonna be interesting. Put that in your Stinkos, Eric, and we'll
I need
talk
to find
about
an
it.
article so I can,
Um,
draw from it.
we're also gonna have a tournament, a condensed tournament this month, in a free for all, greatest PS2 RPG of all time. So that should be super interesting. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy that. Um, and we're just gonna have a good time. I've got a couple of movies, one called Titan and one called Sadness, which you guys are gonna want to check out. Eric's gonna have a review for Uncharted, all coming up in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for break to get on in. Get on in, break. Get on in. Um, let's see. Nobody's in chat quite yet, but that's okay. I know they'll eventually be on in. But this is gonna be good. This tournament, Eric. I think we're all gonna have a fun time with it. I hope everybody enjoys it. I know I'm going to. Let's see. Just looking over the news here. See what we got going on. I think we're good there. Quite a bit of news today. Hope everybody enjoys it. Oh man, you know what? This is a big opportunity. We'll talk about this third story that you got here, Eric. This Bethesda delaying a couple of big titles. This is a big story because this gives Sony an opportunity to really step up and produce this year. Um, oh wow, we're getting a free update for Aegis Rim. That's fucking cool. That's really cool. Okay, good on them. I'm just looking to see if we have any video to display here. We do here. We'll be good there. We're just waiting on Break to get on in. Should be a ton of fun. We're gonna... Wow, that's a big number for Elden Rings. You guys gonna want to stick around for that number. Holy cow. Yeah. I don't think anybody's gonna get in line for this game, but we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about this. Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up with the videos here to play.
All right, I got the 2 articles up.
All right, cool. Put that in your Stinko, man. We'll talk a little bit about that. Let's see. What do we got here? Tales of Luminaria. Okay, cool. I think we did talk about that before, but this is a... Okay, I know what this is. All right, we're good there. Let's get rid of this. I didn't get any messages from the Brakeman, so I think we're okay there. Where are you, Break? Yo. Alright, if you're just joining us, shows our RPGrinders. This is Frank. I'm on with Eric. We're waiting on our friend, Brakeman, to join the fray, and then we'll get started here. Let's see if he's in this chat. Not quite yet. Wyland, I see you in there. Santa Claus gift is in there. I hope Santa Claus gives me some presents. That would be really cool. Hold on one second, Eric. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So we're just waiting on Break before we get started here. How you doing, Wyland? Did you get all your emulation stuff set up and all that good fun stuff? Hope Santa Claus gift sends me a gift. That'd be cool. Santa Claus gift is in chat. What's up? Why did it put the... Well, you were trying to be like MTV Raps, Wyland. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Yo, 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 yo! Yeah, boy! Oh,
What?
man. What? You didn't like, what's his name? Dude from Public Enemy?
You
always said...
don't really listen to Public Enemy or any of that genre.
It's one of the greatest rap groups of all time, man.
I think I've heard that song though.
Yeah, boy. Still messing with the emulation stuff, Wyland says. You're always messing with the emulation stuff.
I just thought what you were doing was cringeworthy. Imitating.
Dude, look up what the hell's his name? Wyland, you know who I'm talking about. Dude on Public Enemy, he had a big clock around his neck. Updated your PS3 emulator and broke one of your games. Oh, damn it. That sucks. Flava Flav, that's who. Yes, Wyland, thank you. I spaced it for some damn reason. Yeah, boy. Alright. I think we're good. We're just waiting on
I'm gonna turn my AC on. It's too hot in here.
Alright. Just waiting on Brakeman to join. Let's see. Let's see if we got anybody else in chat here. Anybody else join in? Not yet. Let's see. I have a build from 2 years ago that runs the games perfectly. Runs the game perfectly.
Was it Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah. God, I remember when the PS3 came out, man. Holy shit. That was a tank of a system until they came out with the better one.
Considering how hard it is to get Metal Gear Solid 4 running at 60 frames and 4K, I can see why Sony might be having problems doing PS3 emulation, but I still don't feel like they're actually even trying in the first place. I mean, considering their activities of late.
Yeah. Ultra Street Fighter 4 is based on the same... I know, that's really weird. That's really weird, Wyland.
I guess it has everything to do with the code, then. The code's just not interfering with its ability to render. Even if it is the same engine, there's bits of code in there and there that are probably different.
Might be slightly...
causing issues.
Can I ask a really dumb question?
Especially since most games on emulators are basically emulated on a game-by-game basis.
Let me ask a really dumb question, because I don't do emulation or mostly don't do emulation and all that stuff. Like, what is the reason for emulation? Just to play old-ass games which you can't find anymore, I'm guessing, and to play in, like, better frame rates? Is that why you do it, Wyland? Like, to get games running a little bit better, 60 frames and 4K and all that shit, or 1080p or whatever you're running?
There's also a bunch of ROM hacks you can do. And mods for old, newer games.
Bit of both, yeah.
Like Bloodborne has a lot of mods.
Yeah, Bloodborne, this dude did a really good mod. 60 frame per second mod. And apparently it runs really, really well. And
you have to do that on actual hardware, though. Which means you have to jailbreak your PS4.
Yeah.
Or get a dev kit.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, if he can do that, why can't they just put out a patch for it? It's not that hard. Like, a matter of fact, I guarantee if they ask the dude...
Well, the patch isn't without issues. They probably want it perfect. Because they don't want to keep recertifying.
Right, well...
And the option for them might be to just remake the game entirely.
But here's the thing, Eric. Like, they have a team of people at From Software, right? This dude is one dude and did it in, like, what, a year and a half? Can you imagine?
And From Software is not it's not a big company, though. They're probably already working on their next project.
They're way bigger than this dude. And if this kid could do it, they can do it, dude. I'm waiting. I've been waiting for a 60 frame patch on Bloodborne. I want to beat that game, but I want to wait.
Well, another thing considered is, like I was trying to allude to earlier, it's mostly up to Sony.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
And Sony got rid of the studio that worked on Bloodborne.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, aside from what From Software did, they did the rest of the work.
Wyland says people fixed the netcode for Street Fighter V on PC and Capcom shut that shit down. So dumb. Yeah, I agree, Wyland. I mean, these companies are so dumb. They should hire some of these people. Some of these people are really talented. Like this guy that did that Bloodborne thing, you could tell the guy had talent. I mean, just hire the guy to fucking fix the thing on his own. He could probably do it. Give him one or two more people.
If he had more resources, he could probably fix the problems he was running into with his mod in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Give him a couple of people and some different tools and software, and that dude would fucking kick ass and put out a 60 frame patch in no time.
Well, that would require actually paying him a decent amount of money, and they're all about cheaping out.
Oh God, man!
All
really?
These companies are shit.
I'm sure this guy wouldn't ask for a ton of money. I mean, damn, dude, contract the guy. Just say, hey, here's your contract. This is what we're going to pay you to fix this. Now fix it. We know you have the talent to do it. We're going to give you a couple people, some software, and the code and all that. And here you go. Have a nice one. Not an issue. Jesus, not that hard. These companies are so whack, man. I know they got to be protected, but make them sign an NDA and whatever else you need to do. We're just waiting on Break. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, he's always having Skype issues.
I don't know. It's like, is there some kind of royalty thing they just don't want to pay up for?
I don't fucking know what it is. There should be nothing.
Or are they so myopic that they're only thinking about short-term gains and they don't even factor such things as these into the equation?
I don't know, man. They really. I mean, honestly, it's just awful.
We're talking about Jack Ryan earlier, right? I mean, not Jack Ryan, Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan, yeah. They should have.
He famously talked about the backwards compatibility and be like, saying that he didn't think people wanted to play those games ever. So that's why they didn't do it, apparently.
I don't know what's going on with Break, but we're just holding on for Break here. I think it's just a Skype issue.
I'm getting tired of this recurring theme. He needs to find a solution.
Well, I think he just needs a new computer. I mean, it's no big deal, man. We've dealt with this for how long, Eric? I mean, it is what it is. But we're just holding off on Break. We'll wait another couple minutes here, and then we'll...
Might as well move the show to fucking 8 o'clock.
No, thank you.
He can get his shit sorted.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Not interested in the least, man. I've got other things to do after the show. I don't, no thanks. This time is just fine. And we always seem to come out of it A-okay at the end. So we'll wait a couple more minutes, and then I'll drop him a message that we're going to start, and then drop him in when he gets on in. But we got lots to talk about today, lots of news. We also are going to have some interesting Stinkos and Sweetos. And we're going to do our tourney for the greatest PS2 RPG of all time. Round 1 starts today. We'll have a champion by the end. I mean, it's a no-brainer. We all know who's going to win. I don't even know why I did this tournament. It's not even close who's going to win this tournament. But got to go through the motions. And no, I'm kidding. I mean, anything can happen. But we're going to start here in just a couple minutes. We're hoping to get Break on in. Let me see if he's in this chat. No, Break. I do see Freak 5 is in there. What's up, Freak 5? Lurking. Freak 5 is lurking. He's lurking in the shadows. We're waiting on Break. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get started, Eric, and then we'll get Break on in. What's up, Freak 5? Nice to have you in there. Break will be in here shortly. I think he's just having some more Skype issues. But we'll get him on in. No worries. But what do you say we get started, Eric? And then we'll get through the news and, stuff like that. We got plenty of news to go through. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Let me send Break a message before I do that. Okay. All right, let's get this party started. And welcome everybody to episode, what is this, 690 of RP Grinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohort, Eric the Great. Breakman the Bold will be here very shortly. I think he's fighting with Skype right now. I saw him on Twitter earlier, so we'll just go ahead and go through the news, and we'll be good to go. Hey, Slagar's in there. He says, "Welcome to shitty Wi-Fi." Damn, I hate that, Slagar. It sucks. But welcome in, nonetheless. All right, Eric, how are you, man?
I'm all right, mostly.
All right, good deal, man. Let's get through this news. Hopefully, a break will join us very shortly here. RPG news. All right, Eric, get us started with the first news story.
From RPG site, we've got side-scroller action RPG Sword of the Vagrant launches for PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch in June. And Rainy Frog is the developer, and no real date, so whenever they can get it approved, I guess. But basically, this game is got a lot of Vanillaware vibes to it.
Oh, good. I like that.
And says the original game was released for Steam in July 2018 under the slightly different title of Just the Vagrant, which we talked about, and I kind of forgot about because I didn't know when it was actually coming out. But now it's coming to consoles.
God, this looks good, man. Really good. I mean, other than the misogynistic woman with no armor, and scantily clad nonsense. I mean, it looks cool.
It's like playing at the Amazon from Dragon Crown.
Yeah.
Which isn't really misogynistic. It's just an artistic choice, and it only gets misogynistic once you start doing things with that character model.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks good. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but you're right. This definitely has those type of vibes. I think I'm going to pick this up, man. Looks good. Of course, I'll wait for sale. I'm a cheapo, but whatever.
But apparently the original developer was OTK Games, and now the console version's being created by Deco, which two companies I've never heard of.
Yeah. It looks good. Looks really good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Hopefully it plays as good as Odin's Fear, or...
need to read a review on the PC version and see how it's about.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Try next one.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. The next one is...
You're kind of cutting out, too.
Oh, am I cutting out? Am I still cutting out, Eric?
Oh, you're fine now.
All right. The next article comes to us from RPGsite.net. Achilles, Legend Untold, now available on Steam in early access. So there you go. It's planned to be in early access for about a year. Breakman, do we have you?
I hope so.
Yes, we finally got Breakman in.
I don't have a problem with people making being thirsty and making thirsty depictions of characters. I think the misogyny more comes from what you do with that character in any given situation in the media.
Let's be fair, Eric. Like, they don't have a normally. I'm talking normally. Like, look at this Achilles game I'm talking about, right? I mean, dude's got full on armor. I mean, he's not bare chested or any. None of that.
Don't get me wrong. It's like, there's stuff like that. But
not that I'm complaining. I think it's fine. Like you said, it's an artistic choice, but. Just talking about the Achilles article, Breakman, we'll get to you.
Not a defensive choice.
There are definitive trends, and then some of those trends probably need to be reevaluated, but,
Yeah. So
at least till we can get to a point
blanks, Jesus.
where someone does the opposite, and then where there's so many people doing, like, more realistically armored people.
Yeah.
It's less strange, but
that's what I'm saying. Like,
the problem now is disproportionate.
Right, it's disproportionate. That's the only thing I don't like. Like I said, I don't mind. I like the scantily clad, ladies and
See,
stuff like
I
that.
think if it's like say Conan type setting, it's fair.
Right, I
'Cause
agree.
Conan's wearing no armor.
Right, right. No. That's what we're saying. Break. Like I mean, I don't have a problem with it all the way around.
Feel to it.
I don't have a problem. But like
if
when
the guys are like in full suits of armor and the woman's like wearing a midriff armor, like
oh,
what
dude.
the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, it's like yeah, exactly. It's like
they're either all mostly naked or nobody's mostly naked.
Yeah.
All right, well there we go. There's Achilles. We
Come
showed
on,
the
open for God fucking sakes, you piece of shit.
Well,
Sorry, what was that out loud? My bad.
we're on the Starfield. Do you have your link up for Starfield?
No, it's not even loading.
All right, well don't worry about loading any articles, man. We're just glad you're here. Eric and I'll go through it, man. No worries, man. I'll do the next story, Eric. Starfield delayed to 2023. So Redfall and Starfield are going to be delayed. Now, this is a story I want to talk about because I was talking off the air with Eric a little bit about this, and I think this is actually, I mean, these were two huge titles that Microsoft.
I didn't even know about the other one.
Yeah, no, I did. I mean, these are big titles, man. These are big ones, and they were going to have big media blitzes and all kinds of stuff for these two titles. But
Bethesda probably doesn't
Eric,
want to make a Fallout 76 situation. That's probably what's going on.
I agree. Let me finish. What's the Redfield or whatever? It's another Redfall. It's another big game that they had on their slate for this year. So Starfield and Redfall were two games that Bethesda was going to have out this year to kind of try to crush Sony. And I think this is a big opportunity for Sony to just step up to the plate and say, look, here's what we're offering. Hopefully God of War Ragnarok is coming and, other stuff like that. So I just think this is a big opportunity for Sony. And I think that, they got too ambitious over at Bethesda and, we're planning on, releasing two big titles this year and it's just not going to happen. So
I really did not know about Redfall because I literally saw no one talking about it.
I did. I knew about Redfall. I don't think we may have mentioned it in like a presser or something, Eric, but it was another big one that was going to come out this year, but neither are going to come out this year.
Oh wait, that was the Arcane game, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I think it was supposed to be that weird vampire shit.
Yeah. That you're right. Yeah,
I thought it had a different name though.
No, I think it was Redfall, man. I think that's the one we're all talking about. All right.
It is. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it big. I mean, Arcane is a AAA studio, but it didn't really. It felt more like. I mean, it felt like it had that budget, but I really didn't. If it were big, in my opinion, people would be talking about it more.
Star Thingy is the ESO and space thing, right? Starfield, yes. was that space
Star Thingy?
I don't know
if
I call it ESO because it's not an online game.
I thought there were online components to Starfield.
Yeah, but it's not a multiplayer online game.
Really?
Like ESO.
I thought it was, man. I really thought it was. Maybe I'm thinking of some completely. I know this is a big one.
It's not an MMO, is what I'm saying.
Okay, this is definitely a big game for Bethesda, and so I guess 2023 is going to be their big year. It's looking like, but that means 2022 can be a big year for Nintendo or Sony if they want to capitalize. Maybe move up something that's already done, or something of that, or close to being done, or something like that.
Or maybe they don't take the console war seriously like you do, Frank, because it's not real.
Well, I mean, it's as real as they are still competing amongst themselves. Break, I'm just saying. I mean,
they don't look at each other. Well, Sony looks at everybody as competition.
Sony and Microsoft look at each other and are like, "I want that money. I want that money."
Microsoft looks at themselves as a different service than.
I mean, sure, Microsoft has a machine and it wants you to buy it because it wants you to experience the things quote unquote the best way.
Yeah.
Let's throw Nintendo out of the equation.
They're far more interested in getting Game Pass in the many people's hands as possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, and now
get a monthly subscription. That's gold mine,
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. Eric, next story, please.
Next story is PS4 version of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim will receive the free updates that the Switch version got built into its version release. So
Yay.
the updates for August 4, and it includes 2 new ornaments for each of the 13 protagonist sentinels. And so there's 2 different weapon types you can use, I guess. In addition to what they could already unlock, but so you can give them more variety, so that's nice. And there's apparently some AI settings in here. It doesn't say that, but it's suggested. But also the Japanese PS version will see the release of English voiceovers with the patch, so that's nice for the Japanese users who might would have wanted to import the game but held off. But that seems to be it, really.
All right. Slagar says Alan Wake is coming for the Switch. Never played that. It's a great game, Slagar. That's a great game. It's a little repetitive at points, but still ton of fun. Good game. I say pick it up, Slagar.
I think they're actually bringing the Switch too, unlike Control, which was just a cloud version.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Break, did you get any of your stories up, or are you still...
Let me see here. I am loading a story as we speak. If you want me to read this one that's loading right now, I can maybe do that for you.
Yeah, I would really enjoy if you did that while I took care of a little bit of business. That would be really good if your story about Rune Factory 5, if it got up.
A story about Rune Factory. Let me see while it's loading here. I guess we can. I can talk about it now because it's loaded. Come to us live from RPG site. Rune Factory 5 surpasses 500 units sold worldwide. 500,000 units. Sorry.
500 units. Wow, you sold 500 there.
Sold 500 units.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right.
Going out of business.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Okay, well, that's good news for Rune Factory 5, I
this means
guess.
a port is in the works, because I'd like to play a game that performs better than the Switch version does.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
So, since you wanted to go do something, Frank, did you want me to read the next story as well?
Yes, please. Please read the next one.
Sure, I can do that. Coming to us live from RPG site. This story is about hybrid it was loading here. Hybrid strategy RPG Songs of Conquest now available in early access on PC. Coffee Stain Publishing and developer Lava Potion. Okay, has released Song of Conquest in early access for PC. Coffee Stain is a freaking awesome name.
How would one drink a lava potion?
I don't know how do you bottle a lava potion?
Maybe it's a potion so you can consume lava.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make it burn.
Maybe let you walk through lava or something. The game will be priced at $29.99. The game is described as a turn-based strategy adventure game that fuses RPG, tactical combat, and kingdom management. That's interesting. I would try something like that. Let me see here. Yeah, we don't really care about the details and the characters and all the factions and shit. Every game has its own factions. Who cares? Anyway, I guess we should read the Elden Ring story.
Yeah.
Do you have it loaded, or am I loading it?
It's loading.
Okay.
Elden Ring surpasses 13.4 million units sold worldwide. Which,
damn,
Bandai was only expecting 4 million units. They got almost triple that.
134 million? Holy shit.
134. No, it's 13.4, man. 134, man. I think they all would retire.
Oh, that's the way it's written here. Is the link. It looks like 144 million.
Right.
I'm like, that's like the greatest game ever sold right here.
Yeah, I know. 134 million. I mean, I don't even think.
Still, 13 million is a lot of sales.
That's a lot of. That's a huge hit. That's a great hit From Software, man. Big time. Wow. 13. Did they expect that much? I did. And if this was Sony, they'd be like disappointed.
Like I
They'd
said,
be like,
that's a little over 3 times the amount.
I know
they were
Sony right now.
expecting.
Sony right now would be begging their shareholders, like, we're so sorry. We expected this game to sell more.
yeah, we were expecting 15 million in sales, and we came up short with 13.4. I mean, they always.
This game's an absolute failure. We won't make any more. We're
Yep.
moving on.
Why are you saying Sony? This is a multi-plat game.
I mean,
no, we said we said if
Square
owned it.
Enix. Yeah, Square. Yeah, I meant Square.
Yeah,
Square.
Which is why they sold their several $1 million worldwide sales Tomb Raider franchise to embrace their group because they didn't need money for the blockchain, which fell apart already.
Yeah, it's crazy.
For NFTs.
Goddamn NFTs.
Goddamn NFTs. The bane of our existence. All right, let me read
fucking NFTs.
Let me read the next story.
No fucking tokens, bitch.
Actually, Eric, can you read
FTVs.
the next story because I fucked up and erased it from my queue here.
Well, I've got it loaded. I can read it.
Go for it.
And coming to us live from RPG site, global release of Ni no Kuni Crossworlds is launching on May 25th. Yeah, there you go. A new Kuni future. A new Ni no Kuni game. God damn. Why can't I say that?
I don't know. Because you're stupid, probably.
Slayer wants to know if there's a mobile version of Elden Ring. God, that would run like ass on a mobile phone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It plays badly on a PS4 or an Xbox One. Why would you want it on the mobile at that point?
Yeah.
But the best way to get that game mobile would be get a Steam Deck or an Odin.
What is this that Freak 5 said? Seagulls on laxatives. Oh, God.
Yikes.
I don't even know if I want to watch this.
It's not safe to go to the beach anymore, apparently.
It's not safe anyways. Why would anybody give them laxatives, man? It says, this video had me laughing this week. Okay. Wow. Is there a game
like Elden Ring? Yeah, still. A game like Elden Ring would be hard to do on mobile, period.
Yeah, if you want, like, kind of like, I don't know if it's on mobile, but I think they might have it on Switch, Slagar, which is mobile. Play Salt and Sanctuary. I mean...
It's not quite like Elden Ring.
Not quite like Elden Rings, but it'll give you a good challenge and, oh, God, man.
I mean, it's got, like, the Souls experience, but it's 2D, so it's not really comparable.
Right. Yeah, I would say just play Salt and Sanctuary, man. You'll get a Souls-like kind of experience, but it's not. I mean, it's definitely not Elden Rings for sure. But all right, what story are we on now, guys? Sorry,
You always play Dark Souls on Switch. That's the thing.
Oh, I know.
We're on a Sword and Fairy story.
Got it. Sword and Fairy 7 comes to PlayStation 5, PS4. Sword and Fairy Together Forever in summer 2022. This comes to us from RPGsite.net. So yeah, I mean, they're gonna name it not Sword and Fairy 7. They're gonna name it Together Forever. So that way,
that's so cute.
Probably because they realized
the BFF's game
that 6 had problems, and they just don't want to associate it with.
I mean,
6.
it's looking really pretty. I mean,
we're calling this without a number because and using a subtitle because we don't even want to be associated with the previous release.
That, and they probably want to draw more people in, Eric. I'm guessing it looks gorgeous. It looks really, really gorgeous.
Yeah, this one looks a little bit more interesting than the other one did.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have someone else read the. Let's see. Breakman, why don't you read the next one, man?
And then the next story, the Gotham Knights story, because I had the next one after that loaded because damn it, I guessed wrong. So let me see. Coming to us live from RPG site, Gotham Knights cancels its PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions. There you go.
Wow, that's the whole story, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. It's just PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series are going to get it.
I'm not really sold on the game because I found out that it has a loot mechanic. And it's like, why does a Batman game need loot mechanics?
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's got like different cows he needs and stuff like that, like
Yeah, but
he'll
like
need
I don't
his
understand.
outspace cow and his underwater
I don't understand
cow.
random thugs carrying armor. It's like I could understand you making the armor based off components you find, but still, it's like
I mean, maybe they're wearing good armor.
Now you're digging through a menu
Batman the Thief
to put on different types of gear instead of playing the game. Which is what most people who are into the Batman would want instead. They want something more akin to Arkham.
Yeah, I mean, really, nobody. It doesn't make sense to have a loot system in a Batman game, honestly. I mean, he likes his trophies, but Jesus Christ, he doesn't want to go through fucking loot and shit,
Like, you could have done it like Spider-Man. You just make stuff.
Wyland says because it's a Warner...
And then keep the pool small so you don't have to have rarity levels for equipment.
Wyland says because it's a Warner Brother game, they all have loot. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they like do that with Mordor?
Next month, I'm going to get fudge from Uranus. Freak 5 says. Oh, good job there, Freak 5. Hold on a second.
Watch as Hogwarts Legacy has loot systems.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I had to...
like I just went dead for a second.
Yeah, it's because I put my mic on mute. I have to try to get my car from the repair shop, and that's a task when I'm doing the show. So
yeah,
I'm getting
it's
it done.
It's a task when you're not doing the show.
Right, but it's done. I sent Bernie to go get it with my parents, so I think we're in good shape. All right, let me read the next story here, guys. Tales of Luminaria will shut down on July 19th. So there you go. That's the story. Tales of Luminaria shutting down.
Long-lived.
No.
Stay on the mobile space.
Yeah, not a very big game for sure.
I'm pretty sure that game just came out this year, only a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
But for the West, anyway.
Yeah, for the West. Yeah. Wyland says. Slager says 2 freaks and a cup. Wyland says, why do you think I got an unlocker for the PC version of MK11? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Freak 5 says, my wife and kids are going to visit my father-in-law in Springfield, Missouri. The following week, I'm driving down for Father's Day weekend. I'm making a detour so I can visit Uranus. The best fudge comes from Uranus. LOL. That is another funny video.
I think the problem with this game is they wanted to make a console-style experience on a mobile device. But thing is, to keep the game running, you have to keep paying for server space. Yeah. And they probably don't want to keep paying those license fees because it's like they should have just stuck to a console at that point.
Yeah. All right,
you
Eric.
could have easily made this game for the Switch, and then the Switch could have had a new Tales game.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Eric. Last story, please.
Which I won't be surprised that actually does happen. They just relaunched it on the Switch.
Yeah, well, they could. All right, Eric. Last story.
Last story is Babylon. We're going to talk about Babylon's Fall.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Really embarrassing.
It's a new low on Steam. 1 concurrent player.
1 player for a co-op game. Isn't that insane? The one person
that bought the game on PS3 is left.
Jesus.
Like, they're the only one that's still playing. It's weird.
Wow.
I just have this image of him, like, running down the hallway screaming, like, hello! Hello!
They insist...
Is there anyone here?
This is what's funny. It says, for all the trouble, Square Enix continues to insist that it is committed to Babylon's Fall, posting roadmaps for continued content, noting that there are no plans to reduce the scale of development on Babylon's Fall. Wow, that's crazy. Holy shit.
I feel like the CEO of Square needs to be like reevaluated. Like, get rid of him. Because they're making all kinds of terrible decisions.
I agree. That's why. I mean, if I'm Square Enix, I'm seriously thinking of selling to Sony. Like I'm guaranteed that's why they sold Tomb Raider and the other one that not that's not quite as popular. Oh, Deus Ex and all that
No,
stuff.
they claim they did it because they want to focus on their in-house development.
I think that, and I think there is going to be a move to sell, man. I think you're right, Eric. I think they're making all the wrong choices. I think they don't do their shareholders justice when they predict 15 million or whatever sales, ungodly sales numbers, and they miss it by a measly 300,000 or something. And they do that all the time, and it causes their stock havoc. And I don't, I mean, why the shareholders aren't up in arms over
I mean,
this?
the CEO doesn't look old, but maybe he is. Maybe he is getting Alzheimer's or
Oh
something.
God, man, it's fucking awful the way that company.
Or
is
maybe
run.
he's just incompetent.
That's true. Could be.
Oh, well, I mean, it feels like all these fuck-ups have been relatively recent.
Yeah. Couple of new sales on the PlayStation that I did not get a chance to look through, but there are some good sales, I know for sure. I don't know what's on Xbox. Maybe Breakman, did you have a check? Is there anything new on Xbox?
I didn't check. No, actually.
All right,
Didn't check.
Eric, I know that there's a pretty good eShop sale up for Nintendo too.
I don't think there was supposed to be a Tomb Raider game this year, but it was in development, and it's gonna probably continue. And
Tomb Raider
then,
on.
and then the development team for that game will. I don't know what's gonna happen to them after that.
That would be fucking badass, Lagar, on the Unreal Engine, Tomb Raider. All right, Breakman, did you get anything this week by chance?
Well, like I said,
No.
it's currently in development. I don't think they're gonna be on Unreal 5 though. I don't think they're gonna switch engines.
Yeah, they probably would best not put it on Unreal Engine 5 right now. But all right, nothing in Dear Breakman this week. So let's go to.
Inquiring minds want to know.
By the way, if you want to send Breakman something, send it to RPGrinders on Twitter. That would be very, very helpful. And you really don't want Breakman crying. Trust me, the crying Breakman is no fun. He's one of those terrible criers, like those chicks that you see like out in public, like the Karens that cry. Like they look terrible when they cry. So
I know my makeup runs,
Yeah.
and the tears just streaming down my face,
Right.
and screaming. I can't help it.
Right. All right, Break. What you been playing, man?
This week, mostly Mortal Kombat, and we were just talking about the loot in that game. I still don't have all the fatalities unlocked, and
That's some bullshit, isn't it, Break?
they should at least tell you where the fatalities are or something.
Are they
so
hidden?
I'm not guessing. It's the Mortal Kombat vault system. You go into their vault and you spend Mortal Kombat money to unlock different items.
Yeah, that's like single-handedly the only reason I don't even want to fuck with MK11.
Yeah, I mean it's always been like. Well, I shouldn't say it's always been. But the modern Mortal Kombat's have been like that with their whole.
In
crypt
my
system,
opinion, 11's trash, and you shouldn't play it because of that.
Why
Why
don't-
is such a great game though?
I have,
Yeah.
a good game hidden behind bullshit. So it's
Yeah.
not a good game, actually.
Well, I mean, if the mechanics are
like,
good.
it's a
yeah.
fantastic game that I'm still enjoying playing. It's just, I think it's bullshit that I have to go and unlock like the way. Good thing this isn't a video podcast. That way we don't have to see Break's ugly crying.
That's what I was trying to say. Free 5 ugly crying. Yeah, that's Breakman. You're dead. Whew. I'm glad it's not a video podcast, man. Maybe when I make those millions, we'll have studios set up to where we can see us all crying, or at least Breakman crying. Wyland says he's been playing some UMK3
we
Plus
can launch a Patreon, and that could be one of the Patreon goals.
Oh,
or
yeah,
tiers.
to make us a video podcast.
The private Breakman ugly cry feed.
That would be one of the perks, man. Is that a perk though? Is that really a perk?
What?
I don't know if that'd be a perk. You know what I'm saying?
And make it an NFT.
Oh, there we go. That's an idea. Sell it for like $5 million or something. Wyland says, just been playing some Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 Plus, learning how Triborg works in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Although ugly crying Breakman NFT would probably be better than any of those ugly monkeys.
I know.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so.
All right, Eric.
I know. I could outdo those ugly monkeys.
Damn right. All right, Eric. What you been playing?
I replayed God of War just to replay it in 60 frames and refamiliarize myself with the story because Ragnarok's coming out next year.
Next year? I thought it was coming out the end of
Well,
this
it's
year.
definitely not this year.
Damn it.
If it's coming out at all, the earliest it will be is next year, probably.
Dang it. All right, what else you been playing?
And plus, I hadn't played it in a while and just wanted to check it out. And I wanted to check out New Game Plus. And that New Game Plus just lets you have a new tier of armor called Perfect, which I didn't mess with because the best armor in the game doesn't show up until the end.
All right, what else you been playing, Eric?
I played a little bit of Salt and Sacrifice, not enough to really talk about it too much. And the same with Odin Chronicles Rising, which is on Game Pass, and that's how I played it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Shibuya Scramble again, just a little bit. I got a little bit more story in. The game is it works really weird, man. But I'll talk about it in a review when I get it done. But it's probably not going to be for at least
sometimes
another week or
things
two.
won't advance until you unlock a couple of the things that are blocked off.
Hey, Freak5 says, watch the Seagull on laxative video. That will cheer you up.
And what I mean by
Baby.
that is
I
go
have
to
to
the
do that later.
flowchart. And like if you go to the flowchart, there are certain areas that are locked because you can't advance.
Yeah, I
But
know.
they stay locked until you unlock them, and that might be necessary for you to advance somewhere else.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's really hard to determine what to do to get those. You know, sometimes it's as simple as making a different decision at a certain time on someone else's timeline. But you know, I don't know. It just the way it works is just kind of weird, and then you have to rethink what happened, and I don't know. It's just I'll talk about it when I finish the game. All right, let's move on. Breakman, did I give you enough time to say all your games that you've been playing?
No, not really.
Oh, shit, I'm
Actually,
sorry,
I've been
man.
playing Halo Infinite as well. I didn't have much time to play this week, so I haven't even played. I haven't played Breath of the Wild in a couple weeks. I need to do that. But I've gotten better at the new mode that they have. I've actually gotten a couple wins at this point, so it's still not my favorite, but I don't hate it as much as I did last week.
Okay.
But it's still kind of disappointing is that they've only really added 2 new things for this season. And apparently the next season will be better, so we'll see. Or well, I mean, I should say as this season progresses, it's supposed to be better as they add new things like Forge and such. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. My bad. Break. I just
No, it's fine.
totally lost track of where we were going here.
It's all right.
All right. Let's see. Let's move on to what else? Oh, reviews.
RPGrinders reviews.
Hey, Break. Do you have any reviews this week?
What did I watch this week? I have to think about that one.
All right, Eric. You have a review of Uncharted. Let's hear
Yeah,
it.
I watched Uncharted today. Meh.
Wow.
It's boring. The end gets a little bit more interesting, but then the movie's over. So it has the same problem the first Venom movie did. And the problem with that is, unlike Venom, the movie is pretty long. Like a little over 2 hours.
Wow. Okay. So any highlights? Anything good?
The best scene in the movie is the replication of that scene from Uncharted 3, which is absolutely ridiculous, and I kind of hate it because it's so ridiculous. Especially for Uncharted. I mean, there's lots of ridiculous stuff that happened in Uncharted 3, but I think that one took the cake with all the luggage falling out of the plane.
Oh yeah.
But it almost feels like, I mean, it kind of is, but it's basically the Uncharted Origins, because even though they mixed a couple elements from Uncharted 3 and 4 in there.
Dungeon says, so the treasure map leads to meh. How funny.
But yeah, by the end of the movie, Wahlberg ends up looking like Sully a little bit, and that's it. It's like, because it took the same tack that Street Fighter did. It's like none of the characters look like who they are until the end of the movie.
Yeah. All right. So what are you giving Uncharted, Eric?
Giving it a 5 because it's middling.
Yeah. I've heard middling things about that movie too, so that's right in line. All right. Any final thoughts on that, Eric, before I do my reviews?
If you still want to see it, only pay about the price I paid for it, which is on Voodoo. That's $6, I think.
Yeah. Break-in, could you think of anything to review?
Nope.
All right. All right. Wyland brought up one in chat. Firestarter. It says boring as hell. I wouldn't quite go that far, Wyland. I thought they did a decent job with this movie. I say it's slightly better than the original, which is not saying much because the original sucked. But it was a very average movie at best. But I did like where it could go. So for that, I'm gonna put it right in the middle at a 5. I mean, it had fairly good fire effects, but if you were a fan
I don't remember Firestarter.
Yeah, it's with Drew Barrymore, and it really wasn't great. I
might not have seen that one because I don't remember it.
If you liked Firestarter, the original, you might like this one. I did like Zac Efron. I thought Zac Efron did a heck of a job as the dad. I did like how they went into more of the psychic stuff with the parents. So I don't know. 5 out of 10. It's got potential. What I was telling Bernie is they really should have made this a series, and they could have explained a lot more, did a lot more, and I think I would have enjoyed it better as a series. Oh God, Wyland says, so they'll remake Firestarter Rekindled next? LOL. Yeah, no, please, thanks, no. How dare you, Breakman? No, let's not do that. So yeah, 5 out of 10, very middle of the road. It's not the worst thing you could watch, but it's definitely nothing special for sure. Next movie I'm gonna review is a movie called Titan. This movie is batshit crazy. God, how do I explain Titan? Basically, this woman fucks a car and gets pregnant.
What now?
Oh yeah, she fucks a car, gets pregnant.
So does he give birth to an Ottawa then?
This is how the Transformers were created.
She's Quintessa.
This is the origin story of the Transformers.
I mean, this very well could be. This is a prequel to the Transformers for sure, man. I mean, look. This movie won the Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival, and I don't really know why. I didn't think it was the worst thing I saw either, but it's slightly better than Firestarter. I mean, at least
the car. Does it have like a big long pole sticking out somewhere?
What is this movie called?
Titan.
Watch this.
Titan. It's a French movie. And look, I give this movie a lot of credit. It's very unique. It's never been done. And I don't think it'll ever be done again.
This is the car's origin story.
Oh God, I don't know, but this definitely could be a prequel to Transformers. I'm telling y'all. I mean, up to and including a birth at the end with a hybrid human car thing.
Wow.
Baby, yeah. It's slightly above average. It's not as good as what the critics say. I mean, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's getting like 90%, 95%, or something like that, and I'm like, what movie were they watching? I give this a 6 out of 10. I think it's worth a watch just to see the how explicit is this. It's fairly explicit. Freak 5, you do get to see boobs. You don't get to see what is getting inserted or anything. But
it's not that good.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed now.
It's slightly above
Megan
average.
Helping a car. Okay.
It's a very unique concept. I'll put it that way.
Equals pregnancy.
And you know what?
This is either a prequel to Transformers or Turbo Teen.
Well,
cars.
look, this is a horror
cars.
movie. I'm not. Look, I'm not. I make no bones about it. This is a horror movie, with a serial killer, and the chick
Yeah,
is
it's
a
definitely
serial
horror
killer.
movie. She's doing it with a car, for God's sake.
I know, and she's a serial killer. So yeah, it's crazy. But slightly above average for me. I usually like artsy movies. This one, not so much. It's a French movie, so you'll be reading subtitles and wondering where the plot is going to take you next, and it really takes a bizarre path. Let's just put it that way.
Did you watch this?
Huh? On Vudu.
On
Vudu. It was on sale on Vudu, so that's where I watched it. And I was looking up like the top 20 horror movies of 2022, and this came up, so I was like, take a chance on it, and I'm like, okay, it was okay. So 6 out of 10. Now, the best movie I saw this week was a movie called Sadness. It's on Shudder. It's a Chinese zombie movie, but unlike any zombie movie you've ever seen. This movie, you think Titan is batshit crazy. This movie is batshit crazy. I've never seen a zombie movie like this. It plays a lot like an anime. Like almost exactly like just a crazy sadistic anime. I mean, this movie has everything.
From what you're describing, it sounds like Versus is tame in comparison.
Oh, this movie's crazy, man. There's everything from chopping off fingers with clippers to zombie sex or zombie rape, I should say.
Zombies raping other zombies.
There's zombies raping other regular people, whether they're male or female, doesn't matter. There's a zombie orgy at one point. There's puking. There's chopping off feet. This movie is insane. It's crazy and every good way possible if you like horror movies and gore. I like this movie because it's basically about zombies that are depraved, and the virus affects the part of the brain that deals with violence and sexual sadism, pretty much. And it's a unique movie for sure, and it's it's well worth a watch. I mean, if you can stomach the gore and just some of the depravity that happens in this movie, you'll get through it. It does have a decent story about a man trying to get back to his woman. One goes off to work, and then all hell breaks loose, and they're trying to get back together, and it's a batshit crazy movie, and I highly recommend it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's not Shakespeare by any stretch, but if you like horror movies and you like a little bit of sadism mixed in with your gore, you're gonna like this movie. Sadness is on Shudder, so it's a Shudder exclusive. I think you can purchase or rent it on Vudu as well. But yeah, I highly recommend. Give it a watch. It's just fucking crazy. So there you go. All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the week.
Freak5 says, I have a Mandela effect memory about Firestarter. I vaguely remember a crossover with Friday the 13th. The reason that you remember it that way is because Friday the 13th Part 7 had kind of a telekinetic, kind of fire kind of thing in that movie. So that's probably why you remember that, Freak5. So there you go. Trust me, Freak5. I didn't do Titan justice, Freak5. I mean, this woman starts, quote unquote, bleeding motor oil out of her yaya. So yeah, it's Titan's a crazy movie, man. I mean, not as crazy as Sadness, but definitely crazy. Yes, yaya, Breakman for sure. Okay. I mean, I could have been crass and said, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, you could have said like vulva, vagina,
Vagina,
something like that.
Vagine. Yeah, I went with Yaya.
Actually, that is what I watched this week. Now you said that, it reminded me exactly what I've seen. I saw the second Borat movie.
Oh yeah, Basheen reminded you of
I completely
Borat.
forgot I'd seen that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
completely forgot it was a second Borat
Did
movie.
you
I
want to
was
do a
looking at it, like,
review?
oh, dude, it was pretty fucking funny. If you like
Yeah.
Borat and you hate Trump, it's a fantastic movie.
I thought you did do a review of that movie.
No, I don't think he did the first one. I don't think he did the second one.
No, I didn't. I just saw the second one for the first time this week.
Mm.
What'd you give it? What would you give it?
Let me kind of explain the setup for people that don't know what Borat is. Basically, it's a guy pretending to be he's acting like a foreigner from another country, from like an Eastern European, like sort of vaguely Russian type country. It's a fictional country
specifically.
But it's a fictional country, and he's just acting. But he goes into real life situations, and that's what's the funny part is he's acting like this reporter from this foreign country, and he's racist, homophobic, and I think they really, really, really hate Jews. And women, stuff like that, and he goes into a home, like a Jewish home, for instance, in the first movie, and interacts with like real Jewish people, and it's some funny shit. But in the second movie, everybody knows the whole Rudy Giuliani situation, where he's in the hotel room and
Yes.
he catches Rudy with his hands down his pants, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it looked to me like he essentially started with tucking his shirt down his pants, but then his hands kind of lingered down there.
Right.
Longer than,
Right. He was expecting a little more than, from an under.
Yeah.
Wasn't she underage too? And supposedly in the movie?
I want to say that this actress was fantastic. Like,
Yes.
she's playing like a 15-year-old girl,
Yeah.
but she was like in her mid-20s or close
Yeah.
to 30,
Yeah.
I think, at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, she is fantastic in this movie.
Yes.
She's the best part of this movie.
Yep.
She's
I agree.
it's like they go into situations where what was it? They took her to a ball or something like that, because they're trying to marry her off, basically, to to a rich husband. It is a gift from their country, basically. Like, here's
Yeah.
my daughter as a present to originally sort of Mike Pence, but then they switched to Rudy Giuliani. But just the way they treats the daughter, and going into the situations like for a while, the COVID hit when he was filming this, and he actually goes to room with a couple of hardcore MAGA people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's a pretty fun
insanity, because he's playing a character that's really racist, and the MAGA people, and they just really like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what are you giving it, Break?
I want to give it a 9, because I think even it was better than the first one. Even the first one was just a great comedy, but this one had a better story.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the first one because, like, when they were camping and stuff, I thought that was one of the greatest things ever, man, with these rednecks. But those guys had to be actors, right? I mean, that totally not real, but
well, I know in the first movie, like, some of them were like suing him over it, weren't they?
I think so.
Because I know, like, the frat guys were like, that's not us, like, we're not like that and stuff.
Yeah.
There was a big thing about that.
Yeah.
And then obviously we all know the Rudy Giuliani thing and everything else. And when he goes to a festival and he gets them all to sing like this really horrible song, like, about killing people and about being openly racist and shit like that.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
the crowd just sings along.
They're
enjoying the shit out of it.
He points out hypocrisy, and like a lot of scary things that can happen with conservatives. Let's just put it that way, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. It just has a way with it, with this comedy. It's definitely unique. I like Sacha Baron Cohen quite a bit, actually. I think he's actually a comedic genius. But
do you ever watch that other show he did?
Yes, the Ali
show.
G show was pretty fun, man. Really fun.
I like how him and the woman, I can't remember her name for the moment, but how they stay in character the whole time.
Yeah.
Doing this shit, how they're able to do it. It's just you're interacting with real people who think you were a fucking nutcase,
Right, right. Just good stuff, man.
What-
Great acting.
yeah.
I mean, if ever there was a really good actor that you could point to and say he's a good actor, it's Sacha Baron Cohen, man, for sure.
Yeah, and he picked the perfect partner to
Yeah.
play his daughter in the movie.
Yes, perfect, man. All right, Freak5 says, watch Spider-Man No Way Home last week. I realized something. Norman Osborn and Doc Ock, rehabilitated, returned to the same universe, along with the Peter Parker who was told that there was a superhero team.
Yeah, but those were all from different universes themselves.
Let me finish. They would return at different points in their timeline, but there could be an alternate universe where the Avengers were formed by Doc Ock, Norman Osborn, and Spider-Man. Norman has the intelligence and money to create a type of Iron Man suit. Yeah, I mean, dude, with the alternate universes, I mean, the possibilities are endless, Freak5.
Oh, there already was a universe where Doc Ock was Spider-Man.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, for sure. All right, Stinkos, Breakman. Do you have any this week? Did we lose Breakman? Damn it. Oh, he's on. He's muted, so he might be a little busy. All right. I'll go with my. Oh
No, I was. You guys were talking Spider-Man. I was avoiding spoilers.
No, we weren't. Dude,
I was crying to myself because you guys are hurting.
We weren't doing spoilers. I was reading chat. You son of a bitch. There's the ugly crying again. Sort of like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker crying in that one Spider-Man, you know. All right, your Stinko of the week, Break.
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't know. My dog just went crazy for a second.
You all right?
She thought she heard knocking.
Okay. Your Stinko, Break, man.
Okay. So I have two. One is Reno Williams died. I think probably most people know him better by his real name, Fred Ward, but
yeah,
I'll always remember him as Reno Williams.
Yeah, Reno Williams, so funny, man. Yeah, I had that.
And he was also in one of my. He was also one of my absolute favorite horror movies. And I know you hate the movie, but I love Tremors, and
I didn't hate it. I like Tremors. I like Tremors.
No, you don't. Shut up, Frank.
No, I like Tremors. How dare you? How dare you disparage? Bernie and I were just talking about Tremors today. That we should get that whole series. She doesn't remember watching like even the second one, but she liked the first one. So.
Yeah, the second one, like yeah, they still had Fred Ward, which was good, but you could see it veering off into the. Yeah. Well, they're gonna start veering off the other characters, and what's his name took over?
Gross. What was his name? Last name Gross, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't remember his name either.
He was pretty
good,
but
he took over as the main character of the series, essentially. Yeah. And I think I saw the third one, and that was the last one. But there was a TV series too. I watched that actually.
Yeah,
that didn't last long.
I like those cheesy Tremor movies, man. They're just fun. They're stupid, nonsensical.
I never watched any besides the first.
Yeah. Well.
You're not missing anything.
Yeah, you're not really missing
The rest
much.
of them are just like,
yeah.
Why did they make this a franchise? Okay, whatever.
All right, what else you got,
I love
Break?
the first one.
Yeah, what else you got, Break?
So Fred Ward, rest in peace, and we've been talking about abortion because our government sucks, and for some reason, elite people think that they should control a woman's body and her internal organs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you told guys that the government was going to be in control of our internal organs. I'm pretty sure we'd fight back.
Yeah, if we were told that we had to have vasectomies at the age of 30, oh God, I mean the country would be overturned. I mean it would be fucking insane. Yeah.
Yep. So along these lines, what has been going on, obviously, around this country is women have been protesting in mass numbers. Mm-hmm. And women, I definitely support you, and I'd like to help your cause in any way I can, because this
Don't forget LGBTQ
terrible.
People as well that are being attacked, especially
this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, going after abortion is just the beginning. Everything else is just going to be a domino effect. Once they get rid of abortion, they're going to go for gay people won't be able to get married. Interracial marriages won't be a federal thing. You'll have to be state by state. LGBTQ people probably won't be able to adopt in certain states.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
I
there's going
also
to be a whole domino effect of shit
there
that's going to
was
happen. with
one
this.
state, I believe it was Mississippi. I could be wrong. Where even if you leave the state to go get an abortion, you could get in trouble. You could have felony charges brought
Yeah,
against
because
you.
they're going with the Texas bounty program, which is how they got away from how they got away with it in the first place was they have people reporting on others,
Yeah.
report on your neighbors basically, and that's what the same that I don't remember if it's Mississippi not or either, but that's the same principle they're going with that other state. If you know somebody's going to go out of state, you can report on them.
Yeah, I seem to remember another
fucking
country doing
ridiculous.
this like 50 years ago.
Yeah, well,
So
Like over 50 years ago. I mean,
so anyway, women have been peacefully protesting across this country, and one of the things that they've been peacefully protesting is the judges and certain senators who, are pieces of shit who call the police on peaceful protesters because they're disruptive and they're destroying the property, as she said, something to that effect.
so dumb.
Yeah.
Look,
But-
you made a good point on Twitter, Breakman, and I'm gonna break it
I'm
down.
not. Well, let me finish
go ahead.
because I'm not even actually got to my stinko yet.
Yeah.
My stinko is the federal government has decided as a whole, basically Republicans and Democrats, this is going to happen probably soon, that they're going to crack down on peaceful protests.
Yep.
They're not going to allow people to protest anywhere close to the courts or to judges' homes,
Yeah.
because this is America and we don't support peaceful protests now, apparently.
So back in the day, you had
and these judges are they're violating the privacy of women, and their whole argument is our privacy is being violated. Well, that's not their whole argument. That's part of their argument. The other argument is we don't want our votes influenced by the public and stuff. What the fuck? You're supposed to...
You don't want your votes influenced by the public? Are you fucking insane? Why do we
you're
call
supposed to be representing us.
why do we call our Congress people to tell them our grievances? So that is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And Freak Five's right. They'll be going after contraceptives next.
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah.
just
definitely.
wait for it, people. Just wait for it. No, you used a
Abortion
condom, you're going to
pills,
jail.
Condoms, everything
Yep.
I mean, look, and if you don't think they will, a lot of these laws are being modeled after Texas. Texas is anti-condom state, essentially.
Yeah.
They don't want teenagers getting anywhere near prophylactics because that encourages teenagers to have sex. Not the fact that teenagers have fucking hormones.
Right. Meanwhile,
It's the condoms that make them want to have sex, not their bodies and seeing boobs for the first time,
Right.
or whatever.
and meanwhile, Texas is in the top 5 of teenage pregnancies. So imagine that. Imagine that, Texas. Fucking man.
Remember they were basically describing the low birth rate. They wouldn't have a fresh supply of like basically human trafficking people for the sake of adoptions.
Yeah.
That's another argument they're bringing up with abortion. Well, adoptions are prevalent. You can go adopt people.
Yeah. If you don't want it, you don't have the money. None of that.
You're still forcing a woman to give birth to a child, and then you're taking the child away, is what you're saying.
Which costs money and can lead to their death.
Yeah, and not only that, they have to carry it for 9 fucking months.
Right.
That's not easy.
What if they have an ectopic pregnancy and they're going to die if they carry it to term?
They don't care. They don't care.
You're right. They
If there's
absolutely
no
don't care.
exceptions. Rape,
And that's
incest.
actually, it's funny that I watched the Borat movie because there was a moment in there where they go to an abortion doctor.
Yeah.
And she eats a baby, a fake child, like I said, it was part of I don't want to get into it, but it was like a toy.
Yeah.
And then they go to an abortion doctor saying, we got to get this baby out of her,
Yeah.
And obviously the abortion doctor's like, well, how did you get it in there? And Borat's like, I put it into her. It was an accident. And the doctor's like, so basically thinking this is a rape. But he's like, it doesn't matter how this happened. You're pregnant now. You shouldn't be getting the abortion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's you're telling a woman to live the rest of her life with the humiliation she suffered
Yeah.
being raped.
Yeah, I mean, they don't care. That's the answer. They don't care. I mean,
I
they're
know they don't.
they're stuck in the 1800s or pre-Jesus era, where
I don't even know if
anything
it's
went.
that, because abortions have been around since birth has been around.
Yeah.
The Bible,
Yeah.
There are
the Bible is even
abortions
pro
in the
abortion.
Bible,
Yeah.
and it's not like against the Bible.
No.
You know,
They even
No.
tell
in
you how
fact,
to do it.
Jesus says in the Bible that birth or conception starts at birth. You know,
Yeah.
when they first breathe, that's when you get a soul.
Yeah.
Also, I learned this
So,
on Twitter.
so these religious fucking fanatics are wrong. They
I
don't
learned
even
this-
know their own fucking Bible.
I learned this on Twitter, but the Catholic Church apparently won't do funerals for stillborns because apparently, in order to be born, you have to draw your first breath.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're not even consistent with their own teachings.
Nope. Exactly. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And forget about getting divorced. They'll try to make you do an annulment, which is expensive because they want money out of you because that's
Yeah.
all they actually care about.
Yeah, let's move on. We could talk about this for the rest of the show for sure, and it's infuriating, Breakman. I couldn't agree with you more, man. I mean, it's just
The last several years, like, we've just been going downhill at an increasing rate.
yeah,
Like, this country is, we're turning into everything that I hate. I don't know about you.
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been saying this for how many years, Breakman? This is
Right.
not the greatest country in the world, and then everybody's on my ass when I say that. Well, move the fuck out and blah blah blah. It's like it's not that easy, It's
No,
not.
it's not that easy to move. I hate that argument. I'm sick of that.
Yeah.
Well, get out. You don't like it. Well, get out.
Yeah. If there
Get
was
out
an
of our country. You
alternative
don't like
and it
you
was,
don't burn the flag.
yeah.
Well, who says you fucking put Donald Trump on the flag? I think that's fucking desecration,
Yeah.
the worst level.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear your shit.
police changed the colors and put a blue line through that flag, and that's a desecration. Nobody says
Yeah.
shit about that. It's
Right.
like
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. But
This country's dying.
yeah, it is, man. It's a failed experiment. I've said that before too. All right. Fuck, man. All kinds of emotions with that one, Break.
This is going to be a single-party country soon, which means
Yeah.
basically we're going to have a authoritarian government.
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of already is.
Sooner
They're
than
just-
later.
They're just pretending it isn't.
Wait till the
Well-
stupid ass Democrats who never do anything lose the midterms. Watch
No,
it, watch. And then
They
they're gonna lose the presidency to Donald Trump once again because, I mean, why not?
Their answer for abortion is go out and vote.
Yeah,
How
go vote.
fucking patronizing is that? Bullshit.
Go
That's
vote.
what we went out and did. We filled the.
We've done that already.
The American people went out and voted for Democrats to the point where they filled the House, the Senate, and the fucking presidency
Yep.
with Democrats.
Yep.
Did the Democrats do anything for abortion?
Nope.
Have they done anything for voter rights?
Have they done anything? You should just shorten that. Have they done
you're
If they actually
anything?
took care of those, they wouldn't have anybody to vote for them next time.
This is why both parties fucking
and the
suck.
whole this
because they think
Roe
we're going
versus
to
Wade
throw
was
them
50
away.
years ago.
When
Yep.
the reality is, we probably keep voting for them because they're
Yeah.
actually
And this-
doing their job. At
this
that
makes
point.
Democrats have had many chances to codify Roe into like constitutional law
Yep.
over 50 years.
In other words,
Yep.
they're acting the way they do because they think we'll do what they would do to us.
No, this is
in any other
look.
situation.
No, this is the master plan. Democrats and Republicans know exactly what they're doing, right? They let the Democrats are like, oh, I'm so shocked at this, but yet they, like you said, Breakman, they've never done anything to solidify Roe versus Wade, and now we have to start all over.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Somebody pointed out to me on Twitter too. Obama said that if we get the majority, we're going to codify Roe versus Wade.
Bullshit.
He got the majority. He got the super majority.
Did nothing.
Did nothing.
Did nothing. He could have did anything. That's why did people go up in arms when I say Obama was the do-nothing president?
And
He
people
was
keep
the
saying
do-nothing
that
president.
That Republicans were being obstructionists. Yes,
Yeah.
they were, but
Bullshit.
they didn't have the majority.
Then
It doesn't
with
matter.
the super majority, they could have. Look at this. With the super majority, they could have got rid of the filibuster a long ass time ago, and we could have fucking did everything from getting rid of gerrymandering. We could have solidified Roe versus Wade. We could have started in on green energy. I mean, Obama had a chance to fucking be one of the greatest presidents ever, and he was the do-nothing president for 8 fucking years. 8 years of do-nothing. Congratulations, Obama fans. And guess what? We got another 4 years of Obama with this piece of shit Joe Biden who's in there now. So, and if it sounds like I'm a Republican... Don't they don't get a pass. Republicans are awful too. Don't.
Well, right.
You know.
See, if you criticize one party, immediately that party is, well, it's not our fault. Like the Republicans are obstructing.
Right.
Yeah, everybody knows the Republicans are constructing. We're saying that you've had opportunities to do this and you didn't.
Right. So fuck off.
Go out and vote for us is bullshit.
You know the Republicans play hardball way better than the Democrats ever do.
No shit.
You know, it's so stupid. Yeah, Weiland makes a good point. Joe still thinks he's VP. Does Joe even know where he's at, Weiland?
See,
I mean, honestly?
4 more years of Obama. I'm like, no, he's even worse because at least Obama was charismatic. Like, we got fucking Grandpa Joe.
No,
here.
we got zombie in the presidency right
half
now.
Dead.
Jesus Christ.
Half the damn time.
And he wants to run again? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Dungeon says every administration since Roe versus Wade has kicked the can down the road because of fear, and now it's too late. It's way too late, Dungeon. Good point. You know what? In the end, it's not going to fucking matter anyways because we're already past the point of no return on climate change, so fuck it all.
Too. Oh, we're going to do something about climate change by
2050.
91% by 2045.
I know. Yeah, it's so stupid. Hey, you made a good point.
Sure. That sounds like a good goal, but I get the feeling you're not actually going to do anything.
They're not going to do anything.
Make it further down
not going to do anything. They're not doing anything.
And it will all be
it's over. It's over. We're past the point of no return. We've got 20 great years left, maybe, and maybe 40 good years left.
The only thing we could do now is to keep it from getting even worse.
Yeah, right. You think Joe Manchin...
Which is still a slow death, but at least it'll be a slower death.
Well, I mean...
But that really
good luck with that.
The problem is, though, drastically changing.
Anybody who can do drastic changes to the environment doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Anybody who has the power to don't. It makes them more money to frack.
Brakeman, you made a it's greed. You got it. It's greed. It's about money. You know, let's make as much money. If there's no fucking planet.
I wonder if that's part of the reason they want people to go work in an office instead of doing it from home, because then they have to drive, which means that the oil prices are set aside.
Right.
Oil companies.
Right. They could drive the prices up. I mean, somebody was saying it the other day.
And then that's also
Eric,
on the housing industry because they get money because they can get a reason to keep people in there.
Right. Well, look, Eric, here's the whole gas scam thing, right? The Republicans were saying, well, gas was super cheap when Trump was in office. Yeah, dumbasses. There was a fucking pandemic and everybody was sitting at home. You fucking dumbasses. It's supply and demand. That's how it works. When nobody's buying the fucking gas, the price dips. Right? So stupid. It's so dumb. Dungeon made a great point in chat.
See, and we're talking about how the Democrats are going to get wiped out in the next election. They're going to get wiped out because of gas prices. Even though women's rights and the rights of every American are in fucking dire straits right now.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the economy and gas prices for most voters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're talking about the baby food shortage right now. They'll blame that on Biden, even though that's the pandemic's fault that there's a food shortage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
There's a everything shortage. Really.
Look, we got to move on here real quickly.
That's because the U.S. didn't invest in itself and produces its own crap.
Right.
And when I say they, I mean the Republicans will put it all on Biden, and the voters, are apparently most voters are stupid. So
no, it's just gerrymandered to the point where the majority doesn't matter anymore.
That's true. That's
true. It is what it is. I mean, you want it's minority rule in the United States as of this coming election. All right.
Minority privileged minority rule.
Yeah, I'm not talking like black and brown
minority.
Have to
be like a civil war going on here? Do we have to do civil war too?
No, but Brake made it. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Frank.
I was just gonna say Brake made a great point when he was talking about the peaceful protests being broken up. Okay, back in the day, there was two kind of thought processes with civil rights, right? It was Martin Luther King, the peaceful way of doing things, which luckily won out, right? And then there was the Malcolm X way of doing things. When peace isn't an option, what do you do? And I'm beginning to think that that's the way that things are going. Like when
both.
If they're not going to let us peaceful protest, then what other options?
There's
do we
no
have?
other options. There's no other options. You have to use violence, and I hate to say that. I'm not.
I hate it.
It seems to work more often too.
Like
Yeah, I hate even thinking like that too, Break. But if you don't have an option to peacefully redress your government, peaceful protest, what options do you have? You have none. You have to do what you got to do. And
sure
eventually
don't have a democracy. That's for sure.
No. All right. Real quickly, my Stinko.
Well, to be fair, America has never really been a democracy. It's always been an empire.
Yeah.
It's supposedly a representative
oligarchy.
republic.
It's an oligarchy. It's always been an oligarchy.
It's supposed to be a representative republic, and where we can a hybrid of former governments, where American people could affect the way things are done. But the people in power don't like the low people having any say in the matter.
Just look at the money disparity.
Yeah.
1% versus 99%. I mean, there you go. Yeah. There it is. When 1%.
And look at the prices skyrocketing, like the gas prices and stuff like that. Like supply and demand, right? But a lot of it is just they want more money.
Yeah, it's always about more money. All right, we got to move on here, guys. I'm going to do mine real quick. And Eric, I know you have a Stinko that might last a bit, so let's try to condense it a little bit. Mine is also Fred Ward, Breakman. I'm glad you picked up on that. Also, George Perez passed. That was my favorite comic book artist of all
I didn't
time.
see that.
Yeah, he's the one responsible. Without George Perez, there might not have been an MCU as we know it today. He did the whole Infinity War saga, Infinity Crisis, Infinity this, that, and the other. It was George Perez. Infinity Gems and everything, Thanos. I mean, without George Perez, there would have been none of that. So he passed away. All right, Eric, let's quickly go through your Activision.
Oh, quickly, thanks. Jeez.
We don't have time, dude. We got to do a tournament. What do we got?
We got Activision Blizzard and Sony's Jim Ryan. But Activision Blizzard's new diversity space tool gets frosty reception from devs. Today, Activision Blizzard made public a tool that it plans to deploy across its teams coming months. It's called the Diversity Space Tool, in quotes. And like other game development tools, it's not directly used to generate game content, but rather to evaluate the diversity of game characters in quantity, or quantify that diversity in numbers in spider charts.
Yeah, so
basically rating people based on their ethnicity or sexual orientation, etc.
I know where they were going with this, but it totally took the opposite tact of what they were trying to achieve. This is terrible. This is really bad, and Activision Blizzard needs to scrap this immediately and start thinking about start looking in the mirror and really think about what they're doing. Let creativity flow.
Especially, I love the cognitive ability stat. It's like, why are you reading someone on that?
Yeah, I agree. All right, what else you got here, Eric?
Jim Ryan. So PlayStation, this is from Kotaku. PlayStation boss asked staff to respect all abortion opinions in email about cats. In an internal email from PlayStation President Jim Ryan, it contains several paragraphs about cats, but doesn't mention a hard stance in support of his staff's reproductive rights, and even asks his employees to respect anti-abortion views and opinions, leaving many PlayStation staff angry and upset. As reported by Bloomberg earlier today, an independent verified by Kotaku email said that Jim Ryan addressing the rover's leak. And I'm just going to go down further, but let's see here. Okay. Here's one of the things that he said. It says, after Barry paying lip service to the destruction of safe legal abortion access in the United States, Ryan wanted to share something that was lighthearted in an attempt to inspire everyone to be mindful of having a balance that can help ease the stress of unworld events. Stress that a powerful president of a large company perhaps more effectively ease by supporting his staff in their rights. And hold on a second. There was another thing here. This is a comic that especially is egregious on here. I need to find it.
Long and short of it is Jim Ryan basically.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Go ahead.
Ian Spreader reported 5 paragraphs in the email talking about his 2 cats' first birthdays, the noises they make, and his dream of one day owning a dog. Bloomberg reporter Jason Schreier additionally reported via Twitter that Ryan had wrote that dogs are really man's best friend. They know their place and perform usual functions like biting burglars and chasing balls that you throw for them. And get this, see, women, they're female dogs, and those are called bitches, and very misogynistic men call bitches to know their place.
Yeah, he didn't expressly say that, but
yeah, but he basically said it.
You can infer it from what he said.
Especially with everything else he said.
Basically, women should know their role. That's the gist of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Jim Ryan's so out of touch, man. How that guy got to be fucking... Oh, boy. He's just a piece of shit. Dungeon says, political parties should be ice cream flavors, and there should be more than 31 of them.
I've got the links to the article, so if anyone wants to read them.
I agree, Dungeon. I've been big on breaking up the 2-party system and going to at least a 5-party system. Dungeon also says, what if Supreme Court judges were represented as hamburgers, and that's all Congress had to confirm them on? I think this one has way too many onions. Oh, so you're questioning their onion rulings now? Yeah, just so bad. I mean, it's that study isn't too far off. The MIT / Stanford study isn't too far off of Harvard. I mean, reiterated it about society collapsing in 20 to 40 years. I don't think it's too far off. I think they're right on the money. I think we're headed for total and utter collapse. All right, we got to move on here to Sweetos.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, let's talk about something a little more happy. Breakman, any Sweetos this week?
Oh, it's the weather. It's up in the 80s now. I love this time. I love this weather.
Yeah.
Feels like summer out. Love it.
There you go. Eric, I didn't see a Sweeto, so I'll just go on to mine. Speaking of weather, I finally got a chance to grill after a long time not grilling. Grilling's one of my favorite things to do. I love to grill.
That reminds me, it's been hot lately.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the free for all this week, y'all. It's gonna be fun. Let's do this.
It's a free for all.
Wyland said, "Sweeto, 4K steelbook of Event Horizon announced." I saw that, Wyland. I wish they would have found that cut footage and added it. That would have been really cool. But damn it, the best Warhammer 40K prequel, Dungeon says. Okay, let's move on to. We're gonna do a tournament. Tournament is back, y'all. This time, and I'm not doing the PS2 because that's way too hard to come up with. I mean, at this time, 32 games. But what I did do is I put 32 of the greatest PS2 RPGs of all time. I mean, we are an RPG show of all, after all. And we're going to determine the greatest PS2 RPG of all time. Freak says, Frank has been grilling ever since his kid. How dare you son of a bitch. You're exiled. Damn it. All right. We're going to run down...
Wait. It was your roommate that discovered fire? You told us it was you.
How dare you? How dare you guys? I'm walking off this show. Sons of bitches. All right, let's run down the list here. We've got some fantastic games. It's going to be really hard for us to pick here, but let's do it. First matchup at the top here, Persona 4 versus Disgaea 2, Cursed Memories. Eric, I'm going to go with you first.
I'm going to go with Persona 4 because I think the original Disgaea has a little bit over Disgaea 2.
Okay.
And Disgaea didn't really get good until 3 and 4.
All right. All right, Breakman, your choice.
Which Persona was it?
4.
4.
Okay. You know what? I don't think I played even one of these. I like the idea of Disgaea, but the only one I played was on the PS4, or not the PSP, and it didn't run very well. So I'm gonna go Persona.
All right, I'm also going with Persona 4. I think Persona 4 is not only one of the greatest RPGs on the PS2, it's one of the greatest video games of all time. So Persona 4 moves on. All right, second matchup we got for you. Wild Arms 3 versus Shadow Hearts 3 in a battle of threes. Breakman, I'll go with you first.
Shadow Hearts. I don't remember Shadow Hearts. But I wasn't the biggest Wild Arms fan, so I'm going Shadow Hearts.
Okay, Eric?
I really liked Shadow Hearts 2 more than 3, so I'm going to go with Wild Arms 3.
I'm also going to go with Wild Arms 3 just because Shadow Hearts, if I remember, that number 3 wasn't great. And I didn't think Wild Arms 3 was the greatest thing in the world, but it was kind of fun. And I do remember playing Wild Arms 3.
Shadow Hearts 3 did I feel like it didn't know what to do with the story, and it leaned a little too hard on the humor.
Yeah.
And didn't have the nice balance that 2 had.
All right. Here we go. Dark Cloud 2 versus Shadow Hearts Covenant. I'm going to go first on this. It originally it's called Dark Chronicles, I believe, in Japan, right, Eric? Dark Cloud 2. I like the Dark Cloud games because they did something that fairly unique, at least in the first one. I think they did it in the second one too. On the map, you could see where items were like special items, and just go there. And I thought that was really cool. There was nothing super secretive about anything on a map, so I really liked Dark Cloud 2 in that regard. Shadow Hearts Covenant was pretty good as well, but I think I give the nod to Dark Cloud 2. What say you, Break?
I'm agree with you. I'm Dark Cloud 2.
You, Eric?
I wanted to vote for Shadow Hearts, but no, thank you guys for voting terribly.
Well,
You're welcome.
you're welcome. That's what we do on this show. Okay, let's move on to the next matchup. Radiata Stories versus Dot Hack Infection. I'll go with you, Eric.
I didn't like either of these games that much, but I prefer playing Radiata Stories over Dot Hack Infection because the first 4 Dot Hack games are not that great.
Really? I kind of
The
like.
stories are interesting, but the gameplays are boring.
I kind of
The
like.
best thing about Dot Hack was the anime that came with it.
You guys are so tough on those games. I think they're pretty
I don't
good.
remember Radiata Stories though.
Radiata Stories.
Radiata Stories pretty good.
I don't remember that. But I guess I'm gonna go with Dot Hack because I did like the cutscene videos. They're pretty interesting. I thought.
All
The story
right.
was interesting.
I like the Dot Hack games, but Radiata Stories is better.
Why didn't you put any of the GU games on this list?
GU because they weren't in the top of any Metacritic or other list that I found. So, all
I would
right.
put that over Infection any day.
Well, all right. Radiata Stories moves on. Next matchup we have here: Kingdom Hearts versus Odin Sphere. I'm gonna go first. God damn it! I love both of these games. I think overall Odin Sphere is a better game than Kingdom Hearts, but man, you can't really go wrong with the first Kingdom Hearts. All the summons, all the wonderful Disney stuff. Oh, this is a really tough one. I'm gonna go Kingdom Hearts by a sliver. Breakman, what say you?
I never played Odin Spear, and I only watched somebody play Kingdom Hearts. But it was the first thing of a really huge franchise, so Kingdom Hearts.
All right, Eric, do you concur?
I'm also voting for Kingdom Hearts.
All right, Kingdom Hearts moves on. All right, next matchup: Final Fantasy X versus Disgaea Hour of Darkness. I'm gonna go with you, Eric.
I'm gonna pick Disgaea.
Ooh, all right. Well, I'm gonna pick Final Fantasy X because I think it's a vastly superior game to Disgaea, and I did play both. So it's up to you, Breakman. Who moves
Final
on?
Fantasy X is one of my favorite Final Fantasies.
All
It's a
right,
great story.
moves on. Next
It's
matchup.
X. It's not 10. It's X.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy
Tex. Yeah. Rogue Galaxy, which is a fantastic game, versus Ys, Ark of How do you say that?
Nepishtim.
Nephishtim.
Nepishtim.
Nephishtim. All right, break.
Nepishtim.
Okay, whatever Eric said. Breakman,
Mhm.
what say you?
Why you keep
Rogue-
saying fish?
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to start over because what are we doing here?
Rogue Galaxy versus Ys, the Ark of whatever Eric says.
E6.
Okay.
Yeah, E6. Basically.
I never played either one of these either. Ease, I guess.
Okay, Eric?
I'm gonna go with Ease as well.
I would have went with Rogue Galaxy. I think Rogue Galaxy is one of the greatest RPGs on
I don't
the
have
PS2.
enough experience with Rogue Galaxy to know, and from what I played, it was fine, but
All right.
I never got to play more.
Good game, man.
Back to it, so
Good game.
I
Yeah,
have it on my PS4 as a PS2 Classics title, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't have time for it yet.
Oh, God. Good game, dude. Good game. All right. Next matchup. Dungeon says
I'll hate it somehow.
Dungeon says Rogue Galaxy and Ark are both really fun. Tough choice. I like the manufacturing stuff in Rogue Galaxy. Rogue Galaxy is a fun ass game. Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Dark Cloud. Breakman, I'm gonna go with you first.
I'm gonna have to go with Dark Cloud.
All right. Eric.
The original Dark Cloud sucks. Fuck it. I'm voting for Kingdom Hearts 2.
I like the original Dark Cloud,
yeah, I don't
but
think the original Dark Cloud sucked.
I didn't think it sucked either.
Everything that game does, 2 just better though.
Yeah, I agree. So
That's true. 2 was better.
And
Two
Kingdom
already moved
Hearts
on,
2.
too.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is a better game than Kingdom Hearts
2 had an
1.
actual story. 2 had better gameplay.
I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts 2 just because it
doesn't look ugly and colorless.
Yeah, it's just a better game. All right, I do like Dark Cloud 1 though. I thought that was really fun, innovative, RPG. Like I said, that was one of the first RPGs where they had a map where you could just find anything that that was hidden. So I really like that. Dragon Quest VIII, the greatest game of all time, versus Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Obviously, everybody knows. I'm gonna.
Why'd you put the first Dark Gate, Dark Alliance here?
Well, there's both.
The second.
Both of them are on here, Eric.
I know, but you should have paired it together. I would have made it easier to vote for.
Well,
one over the other.
Look, this is an easy choice for me. Dragon Quest VIII. What say you, Break?
This isn't an easy choice for me. Well, Baldur's Gate's a better game on a PC, so for that reason, I'm gonna go Dragon Quest VIII.
Was Dark Alliance released on the PC?
How dare you? This game doesn't even come close to being as good as Dragon Quest VIII. How dare you? That's blasphemy. But what say you? How dare you, Freak 5?
Dragon Quest VIII.
Okay, yeah, easily. It's easily over. All right, I'm so happy that we all agreed on that. Jesus Christ. All right, Suikoden 3 versus Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. This is the second
3.
one. All right. So Eric says Suikoden 3. What say you, Breakman?
What was Suikoden versus?
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2.
Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. I hate the Suikoden games.
You know what? I'm also going to agree with you on that, Break. I like the Dark Alliance games, so I'm going to go with you. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck Suikoden.
I like Suikoden too. Okay.
You don't know what fun is, Break.
No, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, Suikoden 3 is kind of black sheep of the.
Yeah, that's another reason.
But
so
compared to the 4 and 5 story, it's better in every way.
All right. Speaking of Suikoden 5 versus Tales of Destiny 2. Eric, what say you?
We should probably put a different game on there because that wasn't released in the U.S.
Well, what are you picking?
The game that it was, like I say, it doesn't belong on this list, so it's gonna be Suikoden 5.
Okay, Breakman.
I didn't know you put that on here.
Okay, I'll put. Let's take out.
Wait. How about you change it to Tales of
the Abyss?
Abyss.
Yeah, Tales of Abyss.
I'll vote for Tales of the Abyss then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Break.
Tales of the Abyss.
I would go with Tales of Abyss as well. All right.
Yeah, suck on that, Suicune.
Tales of Symphonia versus Wild Arms 5, Breakman.
Again, another title.
Stop.
East and West.
Oh, Tales of Symphonia.
All right.
Nothing against Wild Arms 5. I wasn't a fan of the earlier Wild Arms games, but Wild Arms 5 was 5. Wild Arms 5 was fine. Just Tales of Symphonia was a better game.
Okay, Eric.
I don't even know why it's here because that also wasn't released in the West.
Eric, what are you picking?
The game that was actually released in the West so Wild Arms 5.
Wait, are you sure?
Yes,
Symphonia was
only released on the game.
Then what did we get?
We got Legendia on the PS2.
Okay, let me put Legendia in there. Gee,
Maybe that's the game I played.
yeah,
then.
I think you're right, Eric. All right, Legendia versus Wild Arms 5. You still picking Wild Arms 5, Eric? All right,
Legendia's the worst Tales game I've ever played besides Tales of Tempest.
Maybe it was Tales of Abyss I'm thinking of. I don't know. I don't know what game I'm even thinking of right now. So I'll just go with Eric's.
All right, I'm also gonna go with Wild Arms 5. I don't think there was the shitty platforming in Wild Arms 5 that there was in 3, if I'm mistaken.
3 doesn't have shitty platforming. You're thinking of 4.
Oh, I'm thinking of 4. That's right. I hated that fucking.
The 3 had like a section where there were falling platforms, but that's not the same thing.
No. I'm talking about the platforming section. All right.
That was all 4s. Just you had to do side-scrolling.
Yep. Okay. Next matchup we got here: Persona 3 versus Devil Summoner 2. This is a tough ass matchup. Breakman, what say you?
Persona 3 versus Devil Summoner, huh?
Yep. Devil Summoner 2.
I gotta say Persona.
All right, Eric.
Let's see. Is Devil Summoner 1 on this list?
No.
Persona 3 then.
Wow. I would have picked Devil Summoner 2, so fuck you both. Persona 3.
I would have picked Devil Summoner 1 over Devil Summoner 2.
Persona 3 is a great game, so I can't fault it too much.
I haven't even played Devil Summoner 2, so I can't even really comment on it.
It's a good game, man. It's better than 1.
Everything I've read, the first game was a better game.
I don't know. I like 2. I think it's slightly better, but whatever. All right. Final Fantasy 12 versus Shadow Hearts. I'm going to go first on this one. I think Final Fantasy 12 is an underrated Final Fantasy title. I know people hated it when it came out because it was just different, the battle system and stuff. But once you kind of, trained yourself, untrained from the previous Final Fantasies, I think you kind of get it. I'm picking Final Fantasy 12, even though I think Shadow Hearts is an underrated RPG. What say you, Breakman?
Because Shadow Hearts has been on here twice so far and got its ass kicked both times, I'm gonna vote for Shadow Hearts.
All right, Eric.
I like the Shadow Hearts. I'm just gonna asses handed to him.
I'm voting for Final Fantasy 12.
Woo, barely by the skin of its teeth.
The first Shadow Hearts is pretty rough.
Yeah, I'm not denying
rough,
that.
But still fun. All right.
Like I said, I was only voting for it because the other Shadow Hearts got their asses kicked.
Yeah, Dungeon.
The poor company that made the game didn't have the budget to include voice acting.
Dungeon says FF12 for me, but Shadow Hearts definitely stands out. That's how old the game
is, though, too.
All right, next matchup here: Star Ocean Till the End of Time versus Xenosaga Episode 3. That was like that Zwerschmark or whatever German subtitle did it have. Eric, what say you?
Well, Star Ocean 3 was one of the worst Star Ocean games next to 4, so I'm voting for Xenosaga Episode 3.
Okay, Breakman?
I hate the Xenosaga games, so I'm voting for Star Ocean.
Well, fuck you, Breakman.
And
because
I did like the Star Ocean, damn it.
I like the Xenosaga games. How dare you blaspheme them, man? I thought it had one of the best stories of any of them.
Also, I'd rather vote for a game that was a PlayStation 2 exclusive rather than something that got a port years later.
I like Xenosaga Episode 3. Dungeon says it right. Xenosaga Episode 3 was like the redemption chapter after 2. Yeah, 2 was...
I don't even remember what happened to it, and I beat the game twice to understand the story, and I still didn't understand the story, and I kind of fell apart fell asleep at parts because it was so boring.
I honestly didn't get to the third part because I hated the second one so much.
Yeah, a lot of people hated the second.
I'm not lying. That's not an exaggeration. I couldn't remember what the fuck happened.
I do like the Star Ocean series too, though. Break, if it's any consolation. All right, final matchup here in the first round. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, which has been recently remastered.
Which says a lot about Xenosaga 2 because its story is largely inconsequential to the events that happen in the third game.
All right. Final matchup here. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne versus Grandia 2. Breakman, go first.
I know I played Grandia 2, but I do not remember it.
All right.
I don't think I played Nocturne, no. So I'm going to go with Grandia 2.
Wow. I'm going to go Nocturne because Nocturne's a fantastic game, even if it is really, really hard. Eric, what say you?
Grandia 2 on the PS2 was just dog shit. So
I remember playing it. I just don't remember a damn thing about it.
Wow,
it must be a shit game.
It had so much performance problems and technical issues. I can't recommend that version over the Dreamcast version or any other version that came out afterwards.
Yep. All right, so Shin Megami survives. So we got some great matchups next week. Look at this: Radiata Stories versus Dark Cloud 2. And, what else? Kingdom Hearts versus Final Fantasy X. That's going to be a titanic matchup. So you're going to want to tune in next week to find out who moves on in our tournament to find out what the greatest PS2 RPG game of all time is. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, I already know the answer, man. I mean, you could just pencil it in all the way to the
I would
end,
have rather you put Grandia 3 on here. It would have been an easy vote for me. I'd vote against it every time.
Grandia 3 you'd vote against?
Yeah, or Extreme. I'd probably vote against harder.
I remember Grandia being better on the Dreamcast, wasn't it? Wasn't it better on the Dreamcast? Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. There's the matchups for us for the
PC
for next week.
The original PC release of Grandia.
So what do you guys think? Are there any big? There weren't really any big upsets. I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I think we got some of the big hitters in there. Maybe Baldur's Gate surviving over Suikoden 3 might be, but other than that, nothing
It's
really
such
major.
a tragedy, dude, because Grandia 3's gameplay is actually really good, but the rest of the game built around that is terrible.
Yeah.
And it's completely unbalanced at the final boss.
How dare you, Breakman, blaspheme, DQ.
I feel like you have to defeat the final boss within a certain time frame. Otherwise, he'll completely recover or just destroy you immediately.
Yeah.
Really, Frank? Prove me wrong.
He's the greatest protagonist in any game ever.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Way better than Master Chief. I mean, Master Chief hardly ever says
At least
anything.
Master Chief says something.
Eventually.
Dragon Quest 8, dude, doesn't even have a name or
Dare
say
you.
a word.
He's the hero!
I'm pretty sure.
Damn
I'm pretty
it.
sure he has an official name, but just we never know it in the game. So.
Yeah, how dare you?
But
we
he like and most Dragon Quest main characters are blank slates because they don't talk.
Yep.
Yeah, well, fuck you guys. I'm going home.
You can be mad at us all you want, but it's the truth.
How dare you guys?
Like,
He's the
oh,
greatest.
Dungeon Buster wants to know what the story for Grandia 3 is. Boy wants to fly a plane and get in the plane flying competition. He also has a mom who he dresses by their first name, which is just weird. And she looks old enough to be his older sister.
Yeah.
And then he runs into an elfish-looking girl who he gets a booty call for.
Nice.
Pretty much, yes. All right.
And the final boss looks like some tentacle porn monster who's possessed her brother at some point.
Yeah. All right. I think that's about all we got for this week. Let's do our plugs and get the hell out of here, man. I got to take care of some business. So, Breakman, plug away.
Booty call. Booty call. Booty call. Booty call.
Oh, God.
I'm not lying. It's like Because like he literally saves your life because he gets the call of the booty.
Maybe it was a good idea by
And she
memory
has a
block
big
it.
ass.
The booty song.
Right. Booty
Or
song.
Vandal.
All right.
Vandal's Fiona or whatever her name was.
All right, Break. Plug away, sir.
You can follow me at RPGrinders on Twitter, and that's it.
Yeah, make sure you send Breakman questions on Twitter at RP. How dare you, Freak 5, son of a bitch. Quest complete. Save the booty. All right, make sure you send.
I'm at
Think of it this way: when you give Break a question, you're giving him happy pills.
Yeah, exactly. Send Break questions at RPGrinders on Twitter. So there you go. All right, Eric, what do you got?
You can find reviews that I've written for on BostonBestGrade.com or reviews on the audio feed for the show. And I got nothing this week because I couldn't get around to it.
No,
I
but you
watched the very boring Uncharted movie instead.
No, but you can check out Eric's review of Devil May Cry 5 and Marvel Spider-Man and
Special
Miles
edition.
Morales on the feed, so make sure you check those out.
Both Spider-Mans, rather. But
Yep.
yeah.
There you go.
But and if you like either of those, you can go to my Patreon, which the link to that is in my Twitter profile, which is at EricRPG. And if you want to give me as little as $1 to help me out, and so I could do more, that would be great.
Yeah. Help out Eric. He does really, really good work. All right. Anything else, Eric?
There's apparently a thing called the Booty Warrior. I kind of want to look this up now.
Oh God.
And yes, tell us more. We need to know.
Booty Warrior. All right.
Probably something I will regret, but I will probably just feel compelled to watch because it's sheer curiosity.
Yep. All right.
It'll be like a train wreck. Like, oh, this is terrible. I can't look away though.
Right. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can follow me on.
There's my stinko for this week. Another stinko. Trains getting held up at work, or get late at work is getting.
Well, that's a Stinko Hall of Fame, Hall of Shame, Eric. All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can follow me on any of the systems, RPGrinders. I want to thank everybody that was in chat, including Wyland. Slagar was in there for a short time. Freak 5 Chaos, Dungeon, our good friend Dungeon, Oax2, Santa Claus Gift. Didn't give us anything, Santa Claus. Triangle Gathering was also in there. So thank you all for joining, and also thanks to all the archive listeners that are listening on YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you guys so much. I think that's all for this week. Do you guys have anything else?
What if they made a sequel to Titan where some woman fucked a train instead?
Well, she did end up fucking a fire truck at the end, so there's that. So there you go.
So, like, does she go to, like, car garages and have orgies?
No, dude, the story leads her to pretend like she's the son of a fireman. So yeah, it's an interesting movie. I mean, if it happens to be at the Red Box or you can see it on a streaming service, but give it a watch and let me know what you think of Titan. But I really like Sadness on, even though it was kind of depraved. I think Sadness is definitely a unique take on the zombie genre. I'd recommend checking that one out for sure. All right.
The 3DO. Wow.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys?
No, wow. No, nothing.
Frank, be sure to check out that TCM game vid I was talking about. Hey, link me, Wyland. Link me for sure, and I'll check it out right after this. All right, guys. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody.
So, who made the first move? Was it her or the car?
It was definitely her.
Okay.
Actually, no, it was the car. It was the car that made the first move. The car banged on the door. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, later, Free. Thank you.
Later, freak. Later,
We don't
Dungeon.
wanna listen to their shit.
I know. He's like, no post-show banter at all.
Texas Chainsaw video game trailer. The card interaction.
What, Bernie?
I snuck in
His
here.
tailpipe.
You did sneak in here, Bernie. Thank you very much. All right, thanks everybody in chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you, archive listeners. Thank you. All right, the guys on the stream there, Dungeon, Wyland, Freak5, Slagar. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Later.